Chapter 29. Time to play. What would a world with no play look like, feel like, or sound like? What if there's no running, no jumping, no climbing, no skipping, or no games? It is hard to imagine. Let's take a journey back in time and examine the world of play and how play impacts the health of our mind and the health of our body from birth to the end of life. Play completes the move pyramid. Definition of play. A survey of 100 people on their definition of play would most likely result in 100 different answers. Wikipedia defines play as a range of intrinsically motivated activities done for recreational pleasure and enjoyment. Play is commonly associated with children, but play occurs at any life stage and among higher functioning animals as well, most notably mammals and birds. My big takeaway from this definition comes from two words: intrinsically motivated, motivation that is driven from within. There are also so many interpretations and definition of play. Here are just a few. Body play, jumping up and down or wiggling around. Object play, molding a piece of clay or a snowball with our hands. Rough and tumble play, always one of my favorite ways to play. Solo play, building a sandcastle at the beach. Group play, pick up games of baseball, basketball, or football with kids in the neighborhood. Imagination play, hitting a home run in the bottom of the ninth or walking on the moon. Verbal or nonverbal play, joking, teasing, and flirting. Play may be difficult to define. What I believe most people recognize play when they see it or hear it. Take a moment to observe and listen to a playground full of kids. They are climbing on the monkey bars, swinging on the swing set, running around playing tag, throwing a ball, or playing a game. What can be seen and heard is energy, laughter, fun, joy, excitement, and engagement. I think we all know what play looks, sounds, and feels like, and we like what play brings to our children. Benefits of play. The benefits of play are incredibly powerful. Play allows children to use their creativity while developing their physical, cognitive, and emotional strengths. Play is important to brain development. It helps children conquer their fears, explore, learn empathy and compassion, and interact with the world around them. Undirected play allows children to work together in groups, to share, negotiate, resolve conflicts, develop trust, and learn how to speak up for themselves. Physically, play builds muscles and bones, improves coordination and dexterity, enhances body awareness, contributes to hormonal development, and burns calories. The more often a child plays, the more likely they will play as an adult. Play leads to a lifetime of movement. What does play do for the brain? Nothing fires up the brain more than play. The cerebellum, frontal lobe, and the entire brain come alive during play. Play enhances memory and is essential for mental health. As kids, when my older brother Nick and I started fighting, it drove our parents crazy. My mom would just tell us to go outside and play. Most of the time, that play would help us settle down our differences by calming our minds and relaxing our bodies. How did Mom know that going outside to play would work? Moms are so smart. I believe one of the greatest benefits of play is the emotional impact it brings. The opposite of play is not work. The opposite of play is depression. If we do not play, we do not develop a fully functioning brain. How do you feel when you are playing? How do you feel after you've played? Play brings joy to our hearts and joy to our souls. Power of play. I've been fascinated by play my entire life. Mom used to say, All that boy likes to do is play. Even as an adult and now a grandpa, I love to play. I think my play gene came from my dad. He loved to play cards, croquet, golf, basketball, football, and games, as well as wrestle, tease, and joke. Dad was always in a playful mood. I love this about him. I became more interested in the topic of play after listening to an interview conducted by Guy Raz, the host of the TED Radio Hour. Guy interviewed Dr. Stuart Brown, one of the leading authorities on the world of play. Dr. Brown's research shows that play is not just joyful and energizing, it is deeply involved with human development and intelligence. As the founder of the National Institute for Play, Dr. Brown is focused on the effect and importance of play in our lives. His research indicates that play is as basic a natural phenomena as sleep, and like sleep, many of us are not getting enough of it. A life devoid of play faces major health risks, such as depression, a compromised immune system, and many stress-related diseases, including heart disease and cancer. On a larger scale, a culture devoid of play may even experience higher rates of violence and crime. During the interview, I learned that Dr. Brown was thrown into the world of play almost by accident. As a psychiatry student at Baylor in the early 60s, Dr. Brown was asked to interview mass murderer Charles Whitman to learn why he killed 16 people and wounded 31 others. Dr. Brown uncovered that as a child, little Charles was rarely seen outside playing in his yard. If Charles was found playing, his father severely punished him. Charles grew up in a household of violence with little or no play. The following year, Dr. Brown took a trip to Huntsville Prison in Texas to interview 26 convicted murderers in his quest to learn more about aggression, violence, empathy, and most importantly, to find a common thread among them all. After interviewing all 26 convicted murderers, he found one common thread. All 26 men grew up without play. This discovery led Dr. Brown to understand that missing out on childhood play could lead to many physical and emotional problems. For the past 50 years, Dr. Brown has been sharing the power of play with the world. We need to play more. Unfortunately, many people, including parents, teachers, school systems, and organizations, view play as frivolous, having little purpose, or no value. This type of thinking has to change. What would happen if we walked into our next meeting with a beach ball and tossed it into the crowd? People would start laughing and smiling as they tossed the ball around. The energy in the room would ignite. We all need a better understanding of how play impacts life from the beginning to the end. Play is essential for optimal health and happiness throughout our entire life. Despite the incredible benefits derived from play, time for free play has been markedly reduced, both children and adults. Kindergartners with no play. When I was in kindergarten class at North Elementary School, my teacher, Mrs. Pick, who I loved, would take away recess if she got behind or the class was acting up. This left a mark on me to this day. How could Mrs. Pick take away the most valuable 40 minutes of our day? If you compared two different kindergarten classes, one that got recess and the other that did not, which group do you think would show better performance? The children had an opportunity to go outside, run around, climb on the monkey bars, swing on the swing set, or play tag? Or the group of children who were stuck twitching in their seats with an incredible amount of pent-up energy? A 1989 survey taken by the National Association for Elementary School Principals found that 96% of the surveyed school systems had at least one recess period each day. A decade later, the same survey found that only 70% of kindergarten classrooms had a recess period. Play is a dying pastime, but in order for the mind and body to work together in harmony, we all need some play. Our electronic devices and television can be engaging, but neither one connects the body to the mind like play does. Have you ever watched a dog play with another dog? Or kids playing with other kids or adults? When we play, time seems to disappear. Sometimes our lives get out of sync. Life gets busy, and we may forget about the benefits and joys of play. When was the last time you just played a game of basketball? Ran around the house chasing your kids or grandkids? Swung on a swing set? Jumped rope? Went ice skating or sledding? Skipped stones on the lake? Climbed on the monkey bars? Or played hide and seek, hopscotch, a game of tennis, ping pong, or croquet? Or joined a pickup game of baseball, football, or basketball? Here's a few questions for you. Did you grow up playing as a child? What were a few of your favorite play activities as a child? How do you feel when you are playing? How do you feel after you've played? On a 1 to 10 scale, how important is play to you? How much time do you currently spend playing each week? If you are currently not playing on a regular basis, what may be holding you back? What is your current favorite play activity? What new activity would you like to try? Time to play. To bring more play into our world, it is essential to understand that play is more than just fun. Play has a powerful positive impact on our mind and body. Play makes us healthy and happy. What is your play history? Go back in time to some of your fondest memories of play. Maybe it was building a snow fort in the winter or a tree house in the summer. Maybe it was fishing with your grandmother and trying to catch minnows. Maybe it was swimming or water skiing at the lake. Maybe it was exploring in the woods or snow skiing. Maybe it was racing your mom in the backyard or playing a game of cards with your grandfather. Maybe it was joining a pickup game of basketball with your neighborhood friends. Explore the past and revisit some of the powerful emotions surrounding play. Infuse play in your daily life. Keep the activity unstructured with few or no guidelines or rules. Let it just be pure play. Find play activities that you enjoy. Experiment and try new ways to play. There is no right or wrong way to play. Now is the time for all of us to bring back some of that misspent youth. From infancy to end of life, here's to more play. The joy of play. Growing up in Michigan, all we did was play. Football on our knees, basketball without a hoop, and baseball in the basement with a wiffle ball and a plastic bat were some of my favorite ways to play during long Michigan winters. As we grew a little bit older, it was baseball in the summer, playing 2-on-2 with Jeff, Rex, and Marty, and myself. Right field was closed, pitcher's hand, 1 ghost runner, 4 gloves, 1 or 2 bats, and 1 precious ball. In the fall, it was 3-on-3 or 4-on-4 football at the field with Paul, Marty, Jeff, Greg, Rock, Rick, John, Bruce, Danny, Freder, and myself. The play calls were simple. Hook and pitch right, the bomb, the chair, the double reverse, or Freder's favorite, run straight up the middle. For basketball in the winter, Don, Mike, Marty, and myself shoveled off the neighbor's driveway. We ran the basketball under hot water so it would bounce and played for hours at a time. Maybe this was a little too much misspent youth, but I would not trade one play date. The memories even today are priceless. Play essentials. Big picture. Play is a critical component for a healthy mind and body from birth to the end of life. Play is a range of intrinsically motivated activities done for recreational pleasure and enjoyment. Unfortunately, many people, including some parents, some teachers, school systems, and organizations, view play as frivolous, having little purpose or value. This type of thinking has to change. The benefits of play are incredible. Ask yourself, what were some of your favorite play activities growing up? How important is play to you today? How much time do you spend playing each week? What is your favorite play activity? How can you bring more play into your life and those around you? Small steps. Understand the value of play and how it can impact your health and happiness. Find play activities you enjoy. Infuse play in your daily life. Plan your play time. And last, let's all bring more play into our world.